Welcome back. Ooh, that's fun. Do you want? You can go for it.
We were calzo, so I was just like being there with you.
That's it. We should do that in tandem next time.
But Carl is first for the coal zone, so you go first.
No, I just wanted to welcome you back to S3. This is Expresso, taking us through to 9 a.m. But I do want to just lay a disclaimer before Zoe and I tell you about this next particular thing, which is going to be something that will alleviate a lot of problems in certain areas. But if you are enjoying some breakfast, this particular sort of, I'm going to say, conversation may be sensitive, actually sensitive to viewers who perhaps are eating at the moment. I just want to make sure that's there so that we can set the scene for you. Now, Zoe.
Thank you for setting the scene. So picture this. Okay. You've been struggling with the occasional constipation, the tummy's not doing what you want it to do, and you've been taking your trusted medication that you would normally do. The only problem is you don't know when your medication will kick in. That's always a bit of a frustration. And we have asked you to share your most unforgettable tummy tales with us, and that is, a little bit of a stomach related to a plot twist in your day that left you laughing, crying, maybe cringing, or both. In fact, all of the above. And this is what you had to say about your tummy tales.
Let's start with Samantha van der Rede. Metro fail was at its best on this particular day. Constipation, doctor and Metro Trail is not a good combination, especially after my doctor gave me something to ease my constipation. Needless to say, I couldn't sit in the train, and no, I didn't make it.
Oh, no.
I was so embarrassed. Luckily, I was alone in the carriage, and the station was empty when I got out.
Oh.
But you weren't.
No. Well, technically she was.
Oh.
So were you.
After that. Well, let's hear another story.
Oh, I love this one from Mzukizi that says, I had to get off the bus and run straight to the first apartment I could, which was on the second floor in Kwalanga. Luckily, Kwalanga toilets are open for anyone staying there, and I had to use my book paper as there was no toilet paper.
I mean,
listen, my dad has this phrase where he always says, "As hy besig jou jag." Like,
yeah, but I mean,
you need to go.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. So if you had to use your book paper, it's fine. At least the knowledge is getting somewhere. But here's another one. Here's Mame Makwakwa, who said, I was driving from Bloemfontein to Johannesburg with a male buddy. I suddenly started sweating and didn't feel too good, but he refused to stop the car, claiming that people will hijack us. I had no choice but to open the door while the car was still moving. So he had to stop. Luckily, we had toilet paper in the car. I ran to the bush 3 times before we reached the garage. It may sound funny, but at that time, I was going through hell. I'm so sorry to hear, but you did open the car door and you initiated that moment, so shoo.
And you did warn your colleague who was driving.
You did.
Okay. Next one. This story is from Nuku Kanya, who says, it happened a month ago. I was in a taxi on my way to town when my stomach started acting up and I suddenly needed the loo immediately. But the taxi still had many stops along the road before he got to mine. I thought for a moment, this is it. This is how I'm going to trend. The road had a lot of bumps and mine was the last stop. But thank goodness it was 5 meters from the nearest public toilet. As much as I avoided public toilets like the plague, that day it was my lifesaver.
Isn't it interesting how these days, given social media, we're no longer saying, this is how I'm going to end. We say, this is how I'm going to trend. It's like a new thing now. But, this is tough. It really is. And it's happened to the best of us. And that's why we need to have a conversation about this. So, I mean, if you can relate to any of these stories, there are many, then rest assured you can save your embarrassment for another day.
That's right, because MICROLAX works from 5 to 15 minutes versus oral treatment, which can take anything between 2 to 72 hours. And that just leaves too much room for error.
Exactly. Predictable and effective. It is, of course, easy to use and gentle to administer. It's not like a regular enema.
And it's suitable for adults and babies. And the elderly and the young babies are most susceptible to constipation. MICROLAX is suitable and convenient for both and everyone in between.
So bid farewell to occasional constipation blues and get ready to step into a lighter, more vibrant you.